Welcome to Meeting of the Moms, a place to talk about all the things.
Here at Moms, we believe there is beauty and potential everywhere, so there's always something to celebrate.
We invite you to celebrate everyday things with us.
Hey everybody, we are coming to you for Friday, November 21st for some celebrations and gratitudes. I'll go first today. So first of all, I wanted to celebrate that I made a plan for the whole day yesterday. The boys wanted to run in Flagstaff, Arizona. They wanted to go to the temple in Mesa, Arizona. They wanted to come and do the walkthrough at the race venue in Mesa as well. And so because we were driving from Page, we just had this like packed day and we really had to make our time like work exactly. And so it all worked out. We were able to get to the temple for the boys. We were able to have them run in Flagstaff and all the things. So that was awesome. Nice. So celebrating that. And also grateful, these boys that I am taking to this race, they're just great. They've been helpful with unloading and loading. And I shouldn't even say helpful. They're just realizing this is for them. And so they're taking charge of some things. We prepped dinner the night before in the hotel room and they jumped in and did that. They've been fantastic. And then several things I'm grateful for. Number one, teenage boys bring a lot of playfulness to whatever you do. So we stopped in Page for them to run. They saw a huge puddle. They jumped out, they started skipping rocks. And then I'm going to celebrate that I started skipping rocks with them. And it was super fun.
Yay.
And then at the hotel, they were so excited to get the cart for all of our luggage. And then when they went to bring it back, I'm like, oh, I want to get a picture. So I went down the hall to get a picture of them. And they had seriously like all loaded themselves on the cart and were like pushing it around. And some older couple just chose not to get on the elevator with my group of crazy boys, but they're just making everything fun. And then at dinner, they asked one of the other boys to like cut them a slice of the bread that we'd purchased. And so he started like getting the knife and he was like moving it along the bread like a video game. And so then they had to be like, stop right there. And then he cut the bread. So like everything was playful. And so I'm grateful for how fun and playful they're being. And it's a win for me that I'm jumping into the playfulness and I'm choosing to have fun with their goofiness. I think I had one more, but why don't you share yours? And then if I remember it, I'll share it.
Okay, sounds good. So on Thursday night, my son played in a basketball game up in Draper, and it's a couple hours away from our house. And so it is closer to both my husband's family and my family. And so we had sent out inviting family that wanted to participate and come and watch. And so I'm celebrating. We thought about inviting because sometimes we haven't at times.
Yep.
And we are in a different region now. And so I feel like there's going to be more opportunities to let our family know. So anyway, I'm celebrating.
Nice.
We let our family know. My husband, a couple days before, gave him the heads up, like, hey, it really is this night. It's going to be this time. Anyway, so I thought that was really nice of him. And then I'm grateful that we had a pretty good showing. My daughter came. She doesn't live with us at this time. She's going to college. So one of my daughters came and met us. And then I had a sister and a brother-in-law, and my husband had two brothers as well. So then everyone was there celebrating and supporting our son play basketball. So that was really fun. I was grateful
Yay.
to have the family support. So that was cool. Then another thing is, as we were at that game, one of my brother-in-laws tells me that one of my daughters, the one that isn't there but is going to college also, she had gone over to their house for dinner because they live in the same town. And he had said, she is the most like you. My sister-in-law and my brother-in-law both had talked about her after. And I totally took that as a compliment because that is so fun.
Yay.
And I feel like a lot of times I hear like, oh, your kids look like your husband, or that is something your husband would have done, or I don't know. I feel like I hear lots about how they're like him. And so it was fun and touched my heart. So I was grateful he shared that. And then I'm celebrating that I called that daughter and wanted to tell her about that cute compliment. She didn't answer. And so I ended up Marco Poloing her that little story. And then she called me later and we talked about it some more. So it was fun to be excited and like, guess what they said? And she was super sweet about it too. And it was cute to be like, yay, we do share stuff. And like, we are similar. And she is one, I feel like all of my kids have different things that I love and appreciate about them. And I can laugh with all of them, but she's number 3. And we have spent lots of one-on-one time over the years as the other older kids have left the house and whatever.
Yep.
And she hasn't been as involved in extracurriculars. She's done some, but not to the same extent as maybe my others. And anyway, so it's been fun that like, oh, we are a lot alike. And anyway, it was a cute compliment.
That is so fun.
Yeah. And then my last one is I went on a walk last night and I ended up inviting a friend. So impromptu, she was happy to join me. We went for a walk together. And then part of our walk, I'm like, oh, I love the smell of that laundry detergent or that fabric softener. I love smelling that on those cooler evenings or morning walks. And so I noticed that. And then I also was noticing the fire. Somebody had a fireplace burning and I could smell that. And I was after we had parted ways. And then I had also enjoyed that crisp fall air. I love that feeling and that it is like the smell almost of the cool air and then the feel of it as well. So celebrating, went out for a walk and also invited a friend impromptu and grateful she joined in, and then the different smells and feelings that came from that walk.
Awesome. I love that. I remembered another one to share. We're all staying with my aunt who lives in Mesa. And so I'm celebrating that I reached out to her and talked to her about the fact that we'd be here. And then she offered, she's like, well, do you want to just stay here? And I thought, yeah, are you sure with all these boys that I'm bringing down? She's like, yep, that would be great. And she got our dinner started yesterday. I did a Walmart order, so I'm celebrating that for all of our dinner stuff. And then she
Nice.
was like, well, I'll go pick that up for you, which was fantastic because we were later than we expected. And then I had a couple cousins who also came to visit, and we've had such a fun conversation yesterday. So grateful for cousins who wanted to come visit, and grateful for my aunt who got dinner started, even though we hadn't touched base like we had hoped to. And everything went smoothly. Grateful that she opened her home and kind of made all that a fun homey experience.
Awesome. Yeah, so fun.
Thanks for celebrating with us.
We'd love to hear your everyday celebrations. You can send them to momswithamyandlorna@gmail.com.
We look forward to celebrating with you again soon.